Welcome to Phantom Tales from Vietnam, where age-old folklore meets chilling true events. Each episode revives eerie stories whispered across generations, tales of spirits, curses, and haunted places hidden in Vietnam's shadows. Tonight's story unveils the tragic fate of a schoolgirl whose death still echoes beyond the grave. Nu Sing Treo Ko, the hanged schoolgirl, preserving the eerie, spiritual tone and emotional depth. The village was nestled in a quiet countryside, surrounded by rice paddies and shaded banyan trees. Time here flowed slowly, the same way it always had, save for the day death came to the school. It started on a drizzly morning. The air was dense with fog, clinging to the old red tile roof of the high school building that had stood for over 50 years. Inside Class 11A, the cleaning lady who arrived early to mop the floor screamed in horror. Dangling behind the faded green curtain at the back of the room was the body of a young girl in a school uniform, her head tilted at an unnatural angle, her hair draped lifelessly over her face. It was Lone. Her death stunned the school. Lone had always been the model student, diligent, quiet, and kind. Her family ran a modest pharmacy in town. She had a younger brother, a close-knit family, and no known problems. No suicide note, no prior signs of depression, just silence, and then this. The principal tried to handle the matter quickly, issuing vague explanations to the teachers and students. It was ruled a tragic suicide due to academic pressure. The body was buried the same day, and life was expected to go on, but it didn't. That night, the security guard heard soft footsteps echoing through the hallway. Thinking it was one of the teachers staying late, he walked toward the classroom. He stopped abruptly when he saw the door of Class 11A slightly ajar. Inside, the curtain swayed gently despite the absence of wind, and behind it, something pale flickered. A few nights later, a student on duty stayed back to clean the blackboard. As he erased the chalk lines, he heard a faint sound of crying. At first, he thought it came from outside, but as he paused, the sound grew louder, closer, as if someone was sitting just behind him. When he turned, no one was there, except for a single chair pulled far from its desk, gently rocking. Stories spread quickly. The classroom was cursed. Some said they saw Lone's reflection in the window glass even when the room was empty. Others whispered about the sound of someone dragging a chair across the floor when the school was locked. Then came the nightmares. 3 students from Lone's class reported waking up in the middle of the night to see her standing at the foot of their beds, her eyes blank, her lips whispering something unintelligible. Among Lone's classmates, only Tao, her closest friend, remained grounded. Tao didn't believe Lone killed herself. A week before the tragedy, Lone had seemed worried, yes, but she still laughed with Tao, still shared her lunch. Something was wrong, deeply wrong, and Tao was determined to find out. She began by visiting Lone's house. The mother, pale and grieving, led her into Lone's room. It was meticulously tidy. Thao found a small notebook under the mattress, its last page torn. The remaining pages were filled with simple drawings, classroom scenes, a girl standing behind a curtain, and then, more unsettling, a figure in a male teacher's uniform drawn with hollow eyes. A name haunted Tao's thoughts: Mr. Dung, the physical education teacher. He was young, charming to some, but always gave Tao a bad feeling. She remembered how Lone once tried to avoid him, how she seemed flustered after PE class. Lone had tried to tell her something but stopped midway, brushing it off with a forced smile. Thao went to school early one morning and sneaked into Class 11A. She rummaged through Lone's old desk. In the back compartment, she found a dust-covered mobile phone wrapped in a white handkerchief. The battery was dead. Thao took it home, charged it, and braced herself. Inside were voice memos, shaky recordings of conversations between Lone and someone else. The clearest one was enough to make Tao's blood freeze. A man's voice, Mr. Dung's voice, speaking low and threatening. Lone sounded scared, pleading with him to stop, saying she would tell someone. The recording ended with the sound of a chair scraping and a sudden thud. Thao cried the whole night. The next morning she went to the principal's office, but he refused to listen, said digging into it would only hurt Lone's family more. He warned her to keep quiet. That evening, Mr. Dung didn't show up at school, nor the next day. On the 3rd day, his body was found in his rented room, hanging by a cord from the ceiling fan, eyes wide, mouth open as if screaming. His room was a mess, the walls scratched, and the last message typed on his phone was a single word: "Forgive me." After his death, the hauntings at school began to lessen. The voices faded. The footsteps stopped. The curtain behind which Lone had died was finally removed. But peace didn't fully return. Late one evening, Tao passed by the school alone. The streetlights flickered. As she glanced toward the gate, she saw a girl standing there, long hair covering her face, school uniform swaying in the breeze. The girl didn't move. She only stared at the classroom windows. Thao stepped forward to call out. But when she blinked, the figure vanished. Every year, on the anniversary of Lone's death, someone would leave a white lily on her desk. No one ever saw who. But those who paid close attention swore the flower never withered. And on rare nights when the fog crept over the schoolyard and the air turned cold, the sound of a chair scraping across the floor could be heard again, echoing faintly through the darkness. Thank you for listening to this haunting tale on Phantom Tales from Vietnam. We appreciate your time and curiosity for the unseen world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories from the shadows.